Tupac. Here we go. Only have done a couple of his songs, and I've grown to respect this man. Brenda's Got a Baby. Got Dear Mama. I mean, so far, so good. So good. And so we've got a recommendation here. Again, we've got Omar Acosta telling me that I should go ahead and keep my head up by listening to Tupac's song. I said another great track to listen to. His music is intergenerational and is still relevant today. And I'd have to agree based on what I've heard so far. And again, I've got just a very small snippet. It's almost not even worthy to even say that I've dived into his music. I've only brushed up alongside it and have loved everything about it so far. So I'm eager to hear more from him. Keep your head up. So here we go. Keep your head out. Letitia Harlan's. It's still on.
Something for my godson Elijah and a little girl named Corinne.
Intro sounds very 70s.
Some say the blacker the better, the sweeter the juice. I say the darker the flesh and the deeper the roots. I give a holler to my sisters on welfare. Tupac kids, if don't nobody else care. And I know they like to beat you down a lot. When you come around the block, brothers clown a lot. But please don't cry, dry your eyes, never let up. Forgive, but don't forget, girl, keep your head up. And when he tells you you ain't nothing, don't believe him. And if you can't learn to love you, you should leave him.
Yes, another good one. You know, keep your head up. Have some self-confidence and some pride and just like not letting somebody treat you wrong. If he doesn't treat you right, time to go. Bounce.
But don't forget, girl, keep your head up. And when he tells you you ain't nothing, don't believe him. And if you can't learn to love you, you should leave him. Cause sister, you don't need. And I ain't trying to gas you up, I just call him how I see. You know what makes me
I just call it like I see it. Another guy that's just willing to call it out like he sees it. Just like we've seen with them. Just, that's a friend again. That's the definition of a friend. Not someone's just going to like draw you along to get high and that kind of stuff and just do whatever and pull you down. Man, mad respect at this point. It can only go down at this point for me. Trust me.
Can't learn to love you, you should leave them. Cause sister, you don't need. And I ain't trying to gas you up, I just call him how I see. You know what makes me unhappy? That when brothers make babies and leave a young mother to be a cat.
Yeah, and that transcends all race. Not just his brothers that he's talking about getting a girl pregnant and leaving them, which is, it's awful, you know? And again, no matter what color, race, anything, you know, how awful that would be to just be that shallow, to just go, you know what? I don't care about the kid. I got what I wanted. I'm out. No.
That's that. When brothers make babies and leave a young mother to be a cat. And since we all came from a woman, got our name from a woman, and I came from a woman. I wonder why we take from our women, why we rape our women, do we hate our
Wow, think about that. We all came from a woman, yet we're going to rape a woman, we're going to do all these things to women, but yet a woman has brought us into the world and cared and nursed us and been there for us every step of the way, hopefully. You know, a lot of you have awful stories that are not relatable to a good mother or father. But yeah, it's like, hey, where's that response of respect that when you were raised by your mother so lovingly that you go about and mistreat a woman like that? No.
Got our name from a woman and I came from a woman. I wonder why we take from our women, why we rape our women, do we hate our women? I think it's time to kill for our women, time to heal our women, be real to our women.
Yes.
And if we don't, we'll have a race of babies that will hate the ladies that make the babies.
Yeah.
And since a man can't make one, he has right to tell a woman when and where to create one. So will the real men get up? I know you're fed up, ladies, but keep your head up.
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easy. Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
I like this song. It just reminds me of like the Michael Jackson kind of 1970s, 1960s kind of Soul Train kind of sound to it. I love that. Absolutely love that. Brings back memories for me, even though I've never heard this song before. Just this is like a feel good song, maybe not lyrically. Okay? But just the song itself is just so upbeat, which it should be, because she's trying to encourage you to keep your head up. Right? Again, more encouraging, more relating, more lifting up. I can't get enough of that. This beat is just awesome. And then we get the female vocalist here just doing her thing. Beautiful.
Hey yo, I remember Marvin Gaye used to sing to me. He had me feeling like black was the thing to be.
Yeah, Marvin Gaye. Oh my gosh. Okay, if some of you don't know some of Marvin Gaye's music, I would forgive you. Maybe. No, I would forgive you of just ending my video right now and going off and doing a deep dive into Marvin Gaye. Just do it. You can just hang out with me for a little bit longer. It'd be kind of nice to have you. But I'm just saying, it's like, he's saying, hey, Marvin Gaye made me feel like black was the color to be. This is like, I wanted to relate to him. I wanted to be like him. That's a person, a standard that I want to be like. A hero, you know, a hero in your life. Marvin just being that example. But then when you look at some of the other aspects of whatever race has their fault of whatever they're doing, it's like, you don't want to be, you know, I'm a Christian, right? And it's like so many people like Jerry Falwell and a lot of these televangelists that are just, they tarnish and misrepresent the truth of the goodness in something. And so he's just kind of saying, hey, let's focus on the goodness here. You know, it's like there's so much happening with like fathers leaving their kids and all of the stuff that could happen to any of us. It's like, let's find role models we can look up to that we can emulate in a good way, rather than those are going to pull us that other direction. Wow. Again, wisdom.
Hey yo, I remember Marvin Gaye used to sing to me. He had me feeling like black was the thing to be. And suddenly the ghetto didn't seem so tough. And though we had it rough, we always had enough.
Wow. Even though I was in the ghetto, we didn't have enough. We didn't have a lot of stuff, but it was enough. Being happy with your current circumstances, whether you're rich or poor.
And suddenly the ghetto didn't seem so tough. And though we had
didn't seem so tough, we all seemingly had enough. It's like happy.
it rough, we always had enough. I huffed and puffed about my curfew and broke the rules. Ran with the local crew and had a smoke or two. I realized mama really paid the price. She nearly gave her life to raise me right. And all I had to give her was my pipe dream of how I rock the mic and make it to the right screen. I'm trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. It's hard to be legit and still pay your rent. And in the end, it seems I'm heading for the pen. I try to find my friends, but they're blowing in the wind. Last night, my buddy lost his whole family. It's gonna take the man in me to conquer this insanity. It seems the rain will never let up. I try to keep my head up and still keep from getting wetter. You know.
Wow, you see, wow, oof, that last line. Okay. Pissed. I'm pissed that he was assassinated. Pissed. And of course, he probably pissed off the wrong crew. That's the gangster rap I'm not into. Mar. But it's sad. It's like Martin Luther King, Jr. just standing for what's right, It's just these anthems that call a person to arms and inspire somebody to move forward is so good, but I just wish it didn't. I wish the song didn't fade so quickly in our minds and hearts, where we revert back to the goal that's placed ahead of us, to be a brother, to be a sister to somebody, and to really truly care, like he's describing here, to really have a vested interest in someone that is hurting.
And still keep them getting wetter. You know it's funny when it rains, it pours. They got money for wars, but can't feed the poor. Said it ain't no hope for the youth, and the truth is it ain't no hope for the future. And then they wonder why we crazy. I blame my mother for turning my brother into a crack baby. We ain't meant to survive cause it's a setup, and even though you're fed up, you got to know.
Okay, crack baby, mom, the whole thing. We get this cycle, we're crazy, we're all this, do you blame us and this and that? But, it's funny, I might have said this before. Two men, one's very successful, and one's a complete failure in life of his own choice. All of the stuff that he did. But the interesting thing about these two men is they're brothers. And you ask them both, how did you end up where you're at? Well, my dad was an alcoholic, right? They both had the same upbringing, but yet one had a good life, the other one didn't, based on their own choices. So there is some responsibility for your choices in life, but it's no small thing to be raised in the ghetto. I could only just imagine what it must be like to see white people or police officers abusing my mother if my skin were black and I'm a child and I have no other understanding or reason why they're hurting my mommy. Then that starts to build that barricade, that wall of race that starts to foster those feelings, and it just perpetuates and recycles. But I mean, look, if we could just snap our fingers today and just said, hey, everybody, just let's focus on turning the ship around. Clearly that's never going to happen in any race, in any society, in any color. It just ain't going to happen. But hey, my dad was an alcoholic. It's actually even true with my sister and I. My sister took the drug route, 2 abortions, living the life, almost dying, and I took a different path. Yeah, I dipped in a little bit of, this and that, marijuana and all that kind of stuff. But we took 2 very different paths, but the same upbringing, right? She's since turned her life way around, has a ministry called Breaking Through, which helps abused, trafficked women that have struggled. I think you can probably find her website, Women's Breaking Through Conferences. Anyways, but it's just a way to kind of help. She's an example of like what Tupac's saying, like lifting people up and helping them out of this pit. But it's a dangerous thing to blame others for where you're at. Yes, there's some of that. That's valid, right? But at the end of the day, we all have a choice to make. And here Tupac's going, hey, we got all this stuff going on, this and that, but keep your head up. Keep your head up. Follow a path out of where you may be. I know it's easy for a guy like me to say. I've got this nice house. Not nice. I'm in kind of a lower part of Anaheim, California, so it's like, it's a lot of the neighbors and stuff. There's a lot of gang activity around where I live. Maybe kind of what I'm kind of sensitive to the gang wars in songs. It just doesn't bring me joy to listen to that. But what Tupac's saying here, oh my gosh, it's so sad that he had to be taken out. I mean, it's just so sad. Martin Luther King, so sad that he had to be taken out. Why does good always seem to just get just doesn't make sense sometimes, you know?
Back, baby. We ain't meant to survive because it's a setup. And even though you're fed up, you got to
Keep your head up.
Child, things are gonna get easy.
Your kid.
Child, things will get brighter.
I love this song. It's just so 70s. I love it.
Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
And to all the ladies having babies on their own, I know it's kind of rough and you're feeling all alone. Daddy's long gone and he left you by your lonesome. Thank the Lord for my kids, even if nobody else want them. Cause I think we can make it, in fact I'm sure. And if you fall, stand tall and come back for more.
There it is. Just like I was saying, it's like, look, you could make it. You could make this. You could turn it around. You can create a great future for yourself and your kids. You can do it. Man, you could do it. You could do it.
Cause I think we can make it, in fact I'm sure. And if you fall, stand tall and come back for more. Cause ain't nothing worse than when your son wants to know why his daddy don't love him no more. You can't complain you was dealt this hell of a hand without a man feeling helpless. Because there's too many things for you to deal with. Dying inside, but outside you're looking fierce. While the tears is rolling down your cheek.
What a cute kid. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, he's just a cutie. All right, so wow.
You're looking fierce. While the tears is rolling down your cheek. You're steady hoping things don't all fall this week. Cause if it did, you couldn't take it. And don't blame me, I was given this world, I didn't make it. And now my son's getting older and older and cold from having the world on his shoulders. While the rich kids are driving Benz, I'm still trying to hold on to surviving friends. And it's crazy, it seems they'll never let up. But please, you got to keep your head up.
I love this guy. Man, okay. All right. Man. Oh, gosh. Okay. It's like church. You know what I'm saying? It's so inspiring to have somebody like him point the way and be willing to step in, you know, and encourage you. Boy, one of my friends, she just had her husband leave her, and a couple of the kids are grown, but one of them is kind of like in his late teens, you know, it's messing him up. Love that kid, you know? And it's just like, so that's what I'm saying. This message isn't, I'm sorry, I'm claiming it for all races and colors, because I've seen too many of my friends deal with this exact issue. And then, of course, my mom and my dad divorcing when I was 9. And the anger and hatred that I had for my dad that took a long time to turn around and forgive. And I think that's one of the reasons why when he died, as much as I loved him, I didn't cry right away. And I kind of felt that I was kind of messed up. Like there was something wrong with me that I didn't, story time, that I didn't think, I don't know, looking back, it's just my mom being alone, trying to raise us, my dad being kind of deadbeat, never paid child support. All she required of him is to make sure that he bought us shoes every once in a while. And I remember there was this gaming console called Intellivision. Many of you are going to be too young to know it. Or those of you that are older, you know what I'm talking about. Intellivision is like the Xbox of the day. Back in the day, you know, it's all very pixely games, but it was just great. And I remember during a Christmas, you know, before Christmas, my mom and my grandmother asked me what I wanted, and I said, well, I don't really want to ask for it, you know. But, you know, there's my friend, he's got this Intellivision thing, and come to find out, they'd already bought it for me. They pinched their money together, and they bought me this Intellivision game, a little console thing with the cassettes that go into it, and you play your game. And it was like the best Christmas in my life that I remember back, not because of the gift. I think I was probably only 10, 10 to 13, 10 to 12, somewhere in there. But I remember it not being a great Christmas because I got the Intellivision, but because I knew what it cost my mom to do it. That she just probably looked at me and says, that's it. I don't care if I have to go broke. I'm going to buy this Intellivision for him, because she must have known it was the big thing. And then when I got the box and I've got it in front of me and I rip open the paper and I see Intelli, like I didn't even see the whole thing. I pushed it aside and I ran to the phone and I called my friend. I go, oh my gosh. And I got a hold of the dad. And I go, oh my gosh, I remember the kid's name. Dave or something like that. Is David there? Yeah, it's David. I go, Dave, is David there? He goes, well, no, he's right here. I go, oh my gosh, I got this in television. I can't believe it. Can you have him call me back? I'm so excited. That dad went out that night, got his son in television. You know what I mean? The joy of it, that I think I was so much more touched that she did that for me. And I was keenly aware of our finances. We didn't have a lot of money when we grew up. We didn't go on trips. We didn't go out to fast food. We didn't do any of that. We had to watch our pennies, And so I can relate to some of this stuff. No, I wasn't raised in the hood. I wasn't raised in that environment where almost from day one, the odds are set against you. It's a difficult feat, a difficult one indeed to overcome. And my heart and blessings go out to these people that have to deal with the drugs and the way of life and the gangs that they feel they need to be a part of and all of that goes along with it. And they're just starving for their dad. They're starving for their mom. It's what it is. They need family. And they find a family. And so, what a touching, touching song by this man. I've got mad respect. Incredible. Incredible. Blessings to each one of you guys. Thanks for hearing this long-winded guy go on, but I'm going to go away with this one for a while with a smile on my face and just listen to it a few times more tonight. And this one's going to sink in. Blessings.